from the Toronto Star. Up behind me is a radar signboard, and one of our readers who was wrongly told to slow down when she wasn't speeding asked why the readings sometimes fluctuate. So we're going to do some test runs to demonstrate this issue with radar speed measurement. Here we have a stationary radar unit that's obstructed by trees, which limits its range to only 30 meters before a reading is obtained. With the radar unobstructed and no other cars in the area, it reads me from up to 200 meters away up until I pass the sign. Now, the issue with radar in this application is that with multiple vehicles within the radar's operating field, it gives a reading, but it could be coming from any vehicle within that large range. Here, as I turn onto the roadway, it initially displays my speed, but then suddenly jumps to a much faster vehicle that has just entered the radar's 200 meter range. It's hard to see because it's far away, but the radar initially reads my vehicle, then blanks out as opposing traffic enters its field, then reads a speeding vehicle behind me, then apparently returns to reading my vehicle. Here, the reading jumps from 42 to 51. It might look like it's telling me to slow down, but the reading is actually consistent with a vehicle 2 cars back. Okay, we're here with Stephen Parker of Point's head office in Mississauga. Stephen, now you've seen the video. We've seen multiple vehicles within the field of the radar, and the unit is kind of jumping in between each vehicle. So, should people be concerned?
Not in this type of application. Purely used for information purposes as a traffic calming measure, but when police use the radar, they're required to make sure that they have a visual observation of a particular vehicle, and then they're also required to give an estimation of the specific speed, and the radar is purely used to reinforce and confirm the visual observation of the officer.
But ideally, radar should be used on a flat piece of roadway and with only one vehicle in the field?
Ideally, yes, absolutely.
Now, what if you've got 2 vehicles close together at roughly the same speed?
The radar should blank out. It shouldn't be the officer should not be able to see a reading. It's only when the vehicles are separated then the officer then can make a visual observation. But even if he does make an observation of more than one vehicle, it should blank out on the radar display.
Now, police radar will actually read vehicles both coming and going, correct?
That is true. Again, it's important, therefore, for the officer to make a specific observation of a specific vehicle, and again, its estimation of speed.
Okay, so Stephen, if someone's got a radar speeding ticket, is it a done deal?
Not necessarily. It all depends on how the evidence comes out in court by the officer, and hopefully we can raise reasonable doubt enough that the court will dismiss the charge.
Now, do you have any advice for someone who wants to defend a charge themselves?
Mainly don't, because I've seen people who try to do that and they end up filling in holes that the prosecution has left in the evidence, and they end up convicting themselves. Whereas
they might have gotten off.
Indeed.
Okay.
And that's where the old saying comes into play that a lawyer who defends themselves has a fool for a client.
Okay. Thank you very much, Stephen. And I'm Eric Lai for the Toronto Star.